Hey, what's up, guys? This is Jason Somerville here with my friend Quentin, aka Internet legend HuskyMUDKIPZ. We are
Chill.
here today shooting a new idea we had for the channel called an orbit with JCarver. That's it.
Hmm.
We're doing six hands, one orbit, and I'm going to be reviewing Quentin's hands here. And I haven't seen them before. I don't know anything about them. I don't know if he wins or loses or whatever.
Yeah.
But tell us a little bit about your poker background there, Quentin.
Okay, so I started playing right when I hit 18. I saw this ad on Team Liquid for like, if you like go through this little training thing, we'll give you 50 bucks on full tilt poker. So I did that and I fucking lost all of that super fast. But
Nice.
I kind of got the bug, and then I ended up going to the casino and playing some like 3-6 limit poker with one of my cousins and having a good time. And
Sweet.
then I kind of started getting into it during the summer, and then after that, I kind of started playing a lot more live, like 1, 2, and 30, 60, $120 tournaments or whatever. And I was doing all right, but it kind of took a backseat to YouTube. But now I'm kind of getting into it again.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, and you've only been playing, I guess, for like what, 2 years total, I guess, because to you, how you're not that much older than 18 now, right?
No,
So,
I'm 20. I turned 20
right,
last December. Yeah.
right, and you're lucky enough to be not living in the United States. You can play on fantastic fulltiltpoker.com over here. So,
Yeah.
uh, yeah, let's see some hands. Talk about maybe some things you did good, maybe some things you did bad. Although I'm sure there's none of those, right?
No,
So.
totally. I'm an all-star over here.
All right, let's take a look. We're playing
Okay.
some 2 cent, 5 cent, six max here.
Hmm.
We're only looking at six hands, so that's it. Six
Yep.
hands per video. That's kind of the idea.
Hmm.
So we have cutoff here opens to 2.5x.
Hmm.
This is kind of spot where I'm typically going to end up calling.
Hmm.
Re-raising is not really the play I'd usually make here. I think calling
Yep.
is fine.
And
So interesting flop. It's a monotone. All three diamonds. We have bottom two pair.
hmm.
This is a type of spot where typically, can we pause the
Yep.
the
I just
video?
paused.
Nice. So typically in spots like this, we're likely to have the best hand, but he's likely to have a lot of equity.
Yep.
Given that we only have bottom two pair here, any pair and a diamond has a ton of equity against us, and
Hmm.
even if he has like 8-7 just with the open ended, he has a ton of equity. So we're probably ahead, but we're not ahead by very much. So
Yep.
we have two real options here, right? One is to check raise, and the other one is to just check call and see a safe turn card, and then probably play our hand aggressively from there.
Hmm.
About a third of the deck is going to be scary, either a diamond, a seven, a nine, or a four,
Yep.
or an eight, I guess. So it's about a third of the deck is going to be scary for us.
Hmm.
But if we should like check raise, get all our money in here, we're not going to be super happy about it.
Hmm.
It is 2 cent and 5 cents, so I think we could definitely argue for a check raise getting it in here. It depends really on our opponent and how wild and crazy he is. The more wild and crazy he is, the more happy I'd be to get my money in here on the flop.
Yep.
And the more tight conservative, the more I'd want to check call, see a safe turn, and then go from there.
Yeah,
So
so basically, what I'm thinking here is I've played with this guy a bunch. I didn't have my HUD up; it wasn't working for me for some reason until I updated. But I'd played like probably like 200 hands with him, and he had been playing fairly straightforward. If he had a good hand or some sort of like monster draw on the flop, let's say, he had. Well, he raised pre-flop to 17 cents. That tells me he has some strength, even though it is in late position. Like he hasn't been raising too many kind of weird, funky hands, and then
right,
like continuing to bet. But then again,
okay.
this is kind of a monotone board, so he could even be betting here as a bluff, or like c betting as a bluff to, get me to fold out some.
Yeah, for sure. He
Mhm.
could definitely be betting like, it would be surprising if he had like king queen of hearts and bet this flop,
Yep.
but any like single diamond, it could make a reasonable bet here and put on a
Hmm.
lot of pressure. And you know, if that is the case and he really is betting with like a every hand that he opened with, give or take, then
Hmm.
we should definitely be just check raising getting it in. But I'm totally fine with calling, and honestly, I don't think either decision is bad.
Hmm. So I
Oh,
call,
okay. Just
and
turn bottom boat, no big deal.
no bigs, no bigs. And now my kind of game plan in my head is check and let him continue going at it because I don't know. I was just kind of fairly sure that he had some sort of diamond in his hand or an overpair or something like that. Just kind of something scary to me. He could even maybe have something like ace jack diamonds. That would be like the worst case scenario for him.
Right. Well, the best thing about this spot now is that you absolutely want to check to him and give him a chance to bet, because let's say he just has like Jack 10 offsuit with the Jack of diamonds,
Hmm.
like you want that hand to be betting into you because it has 0% equity.
Yeah.
Doing anything but checking here is gonna just make that stop. And I wouldn't even check raise most likely. I would just end up check calling,
Yeah.
just to represent that you have like 6-7, just a single diamond of your own, or like something like that.
Hmm.
So he pots it. Typically when people pot it in these spots, you tend to think that they're strong. But
Hmm.
yeah, I also think you should take it a little bit longer before you call there, because that was live,
Yeah. There's a
live
bit
to
of
the thing. So
yeah.
if it was a pretty big bet, so the fact that you called so fast typically means you have something pretty strong,
Hmm.
and you kind of want to at least like hem and haw and make it look like maybe you don't. So
Yeah.
here that he's bet twice, you should really just check raise all in.
Yep.
There's really no reason to make it smaller because he's already put in so much of his stack. So
Hmm.
it looks like
And
that's what you're doing.
I was trying to make it his full kind of stack, but I ended up making it 40 cents less.
You left 40 cents on the table. That
You
that
know,
is
I
it.
lost value. It's upsetting. But what ends up happening is we take a look, and he has kings with the king of diamonds.
So he played that hand pretty reasonably, all in all, and I'm
Hmm.
sure he thought he had the best hand, just given that you check called, and then when you check raise river, I mean, honestly, he probably shouldn't be. He probably should not be calling, just because it
Yeah.
doesn't make a whole lot of sense that you're ever have a hand worse than kings there.
Hmm.
You have to be on some really bizarre bluff to be check raising the river.
Yeah.
So we open here on the button, hopefully.
Yep.
Yes, we do. That's good.
Hmm. And I can't. Ooh, I was actually looking for that guy I just played a hand with.
Yeah,
Anytime I anytime I bust somebody, I kind of want to see if they're playing at another reasonable table,
absolutely.
and
I
if they
mean,
are, go and take a look at it, see if it looks all right, and hop back in.
you're bum hunting the 2 cent, 5 cent tables like a pro, my friend.
Yep. So
Yeah.
now sixes opening from the cutoff, though I guess
Yep.
it's kind of just early.
Looks good.
Hmm.
Definitely looks good to me. We're gonna be continuating. We're gonna be
Hmm.
continuing here for 20 cents. Yep, looks good to me.
Yeah.
Perfect. So that's it. That's our orbit right there.
Well,
Oh, I guess
let's.
we didn't play 6 hands technically. So yeah.
Hmm. Though I
Um.
think this is the last hand right here. I think. Yeah.
uh, well, you played that one really well in the big blind.
I just I figured what I need to do was just let them fold to me, and I'd be good.
Yep. All right, guys. Well, that's it for the orbit. Thanks so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you like and comment and share with your friends and everything like that. We're going to be trying to release a lot of these videos because they're short, quick, and painless. And I'm going to say that Quentin needs a little bit of help on his rise to facing Isildur at the high stakes on full tilt. So we'll be back with more. Come, make sure you subscribe and check it out. It's coming soon.